We're doing it. So today we're gonna show how to build in DnD 5th edition a barbarian that actually make technical sense. Like, the request we had by one of our viewer was to make a barbarian that was using a axe as a musical instrument, like as a guitar, a gitax, but an axe star. But while I was building it, I was like, fudge, this is so not good. Like, there was way to make it kind of work, but then I was trying to like fit in two different concepts together. And the second concept that we found, I was like, no, fudge this. If I'm making a barbarian, he does not need to use an axe. It's way simpler than this. We made Hogan. We made a wrestler. It's because barbarian, as much as it looks like it's trash, is extremely solid for one thing and one thing only: using athleticism as its main source of damage. So that you can understand, we will have a creature able to control the fight with the sheer strength of its arm. We decided to take Hulk Hogan because I believe that, like, I'm not even following WWE or any of those wrestling things. I'm not someone that cares that much about this, but for the concept, I was like, I want to take the face of the WWE. It is like the most known, and if I don't know a thing about that, and I know Hulk Hogan, I'm like, everybody knows who Hulk Hogan is. The other option I had was like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but I was like, yeah, I would basically build the same thing anyway. So, also, Hulk has a music group, so I know it's not serious music at some point. It could do it. So here, we're going with like the basic shit. We do not even try to work and modify the thing. And we're gonna make this build go up to level 11 if my memory is good. For the rest, it's gonna be up to what you want, if you want to like dabble more into magic or if you want to dabble more into barbarian. But the whole concept is about using athleticism as your main fighting technique. You have a lot of power through that. All of those hulking mess, like, how the fudge would you take anything else than a Goliath to represent him? I would maybe not go for that face. I will need to change the face of all those characters that we're building here. But we're taking Goliath for two things. First off, the stats. You will wish to take the Tasha's version so that you can like maximize in strength and charisma. Yeah, like, well, if you say that to the pain could take this whole thing and make it like Andre the Giant or like the Pain actually. Like, take this. It could make you any WWE contestant. Barely. Most of them. For the speed that he can have, which is totally normal, what we want is this thing. You want to have your proficiency in athletic skills, and mostly the fact that you're bigger, letting you doubling your carrying capacity. You are able to lift twice as much. You'll see why this is important when we're gonna reach like level 6 in this build. Not 6. 8. This is the moment where this thing turns absolutely crazy because of that. So for now, you have a little giant, and carrying capacity in most games, DMs are going to be like, yeah, we don't really play with that. You don't have to focus on this. If you're trying to take something that is way too heavy, I might make a check on that. But here's the thing. Your objective is to be able to take, by example, 2 freaking polar bear and force them to kiss. Like, you want to be that monster which will be able to carry up heavy creature. If you want to do that, I strongly recommend doubling your carrying capacity, just to be able to check a little bit more often the box of, is it possible, DM? DM being like, maybe. Oh, I would strongly recommend to start with 1 point in Barbarian. Why? Because you're more solid, and as a subclass, a side class that you want to build up, Bard is still better than like trying to split into Barbarian. So you start with 1 point of Barbarian, and then you go straight for 3 points in Bard. You go back to Barbarian up to level 6, and you finish up to level 5 with Bard. That makes you a level 11 character that will do basically everything that a wrestler would do. After that, it's going to be depending on how you want your character to be played out. If you want more magic, go Bard. If you want more strength, go Barbarian. Easy as that. We will probably recommend 1 or 2 feet for later level, but willingly this build is not made to be level 20. At level 6 it's great, at level 8 it's great, at level 11 it's even more solid. There is a lot of points. At level 4 it's becoming like playable to some point. Like you are way stronger than the creature you're supposed to fight. For all of these, you are in a very, very functional build, even though it will maybe limit your own ability to move while you do this. Here we go. So for the Barbarian, what we go for? We go for the proficiency in animal handling. Honestly, I just didn't know where to put your points. So animal handling is going to be survival. You already have athletic because you're a Goliath. You don't have to pick it manually. Then you go to your Bard, you pick 3 level of Bard. You gain your spell casting. It's not going to be the most significant thing. We did not even actively pick spell. Like, this is not... You have no idea how much this is not significant. What you want to do with your Bard is actually go and gather some cutting words. First off, an expertise. So, level 1, you get to have your Bardic Inspiration. You could buff yourself. Is that only for the turn? In the next 10 minutes. You could buff yourself a D6, okay? First off, you have Jack of all trade. We don't really care about that. Song of Rest. This is a little bit more HP that you can give to your people when you reach level 2 and when they wake up. Like, you just pipe them up by screaming them stuff. Your Bard College, we went for College of Lore. Basically, giving you a cutting words that will be 1d6 very quickly. College of Lore also will give you 2 athletics here, 2 expert. Man, am I mixing my? I think I'm mixing my stuff up. You will get your athletics expertise and your intimidation expertise. This is basically the 2 things you're going to focus on as a bard. You're going back up because now we're level 3 at everything wanted, and if you use also cutting word while you gave yourself a buff of a d6 when you need it, you can also take off a d6 from an enemy while you're trying to grapple with them. Whole concept: you grapple an enemy, you pin an enemy, he lose all his speed, he's now in disadvantage when he tries to attack someone because he's going to be knocked prone soon when you get grappler. Your friend gets advantage on him because you're grappling with them, and you will still be able at some point to fist him down as much as you wish while he's pinned down. You are that barbarian that, instead of being the one that do the buttload of damage, is able to go and pick up an enemy, bring it back to your rogue, and tell him, I want you to slice him there, there, and there. You know, your rogue is just gonna watch this thing and being like, is this heaven? Am I being supported by my barbarian instead of always like trying to run behind him? You want also to have some decent movement speed. Later on, maybe when you pass level 11, you might consider a little bit of monk just for this. But you get an armor defense at level 1, rage at level 1, which gives you advantage on strain check and strain saving throw. And guess what is a strain check? Athletic. Everything you're trying to do to take control over someone, you get advantage. They will eventually lose advantage. You gain cutting word. You could have buffed yourself up before with your bardic inspiration. Everything that does not require your concentration makes you super solid. You are not able to cast spell or concentrate on them when you are raging. This is not what you are going for anyway. We left that thing untouched. Do whatever you want with your spell. You can put the flavor you want into it. It's not needed. reckless attack, it's not really what you were looking for anyway. It's going to be better later once the enemy is pinned down. For now, it's cute when you have only one enemy to fight. Use that, since he's going to be at a disadvantage when you pin him. Danger Sense, it's good. Nothing much. Primal Patch, you want to go Path of the Totem Warrior for 2 reasons. Well, 1 really. First off, you want to be Bear. Bear can get resistance to everything but psychic damage. This is effectively doubling the amount of HP you're gonna have, and since you're focusing a little more on Barbarian by that point, I mean, doubling the amount of HP of a Barbarian, what do you lose? Ability score improvement. You will take a feat. Tavern Brawler, you can upgrade your strain score with that. At this moment, you are basically at the amount of strength that you were aiming for at first. And get your extra attack at level 5. You'll be able to grapple someone after your Tavern Brawler. You'll be able to hit someone with an improvised weapon. So let's say the corpse of a goblin is on the floor. You can take the corpse of that goblin, hit another goblin with it. I'm not saying a live one, okay? It's technically not a weapon. Do some damage, and then use your bonus action as your way to grapple the target. So you still did your hit, you got your hug, and now everybody in your team can go and like cut some part of your new friends while it's their turn. Also, if you're not done with your movement speed, you can lift, push, carry, even when you are in a grapple, a friend that you just found, up to half your movement speed. So let's say you're on the side of a cliff. You can slowly bring your friend on the side of a cliff, and since it takes you only 1 arm to grapple an enemy, you could technically grapple 2 of those said enemy and bring them closer to a cliff, force them to kiss, bring them to your rope, do whatever you want with them, as long as you punish them. Or just hold them while you ask them some question, making sure they can't run. Starting at level 5, you are running a little bit more, so that gives you 5 feet when you are grappling some enemies. That gives you 10 when you're not. It's super nice, and you don't plan on wearing heavy armor. An aspect of the bear here gives you, once again, double your carrying capacity. That you can do them at, okay? For every point in strain that you have, you are supposed to be able to lift 15 pounds, okay? Here, we will multiply that by 18, because this is the amount of strain we want on that machine. You will double that because you're a Goliath. You will double that because you take aspect of the beast bear at level 5 of Barbarian. And you will double that again because this is your carrying capacity, but not your push, drag, lift capacity. Your push, drag, lift capacity becomes 2,160 pounds, which basically, okay, let's go check polar bear weight. Go check the polar bear normal weight. I think it's under 1,000 pounds, up to 1,000 pounds. You could literally take 2 of those fluffy little things, you know, bear, force them to kiss 1 Durful, and lift 1K. Lifting at 1K pound it's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. You can drag and push stuff up to 2 polar bear together at level 9. Before that, it's still fair. You can take 1 polar bear, you know, and pin him on the floor. This is absolutely absurd. I haven't seen much game with polar bear. That would still be absolutely absurd. And if we have bad math somewhere here, like, it's fair. You get the idea. You can drag, you can lift, you can move a lot of things that will be way too heavy for you. Someone at the moment had that saying that like lifting is 1 pound, 1K pound, pushing is 5 times, and dragging is 2 times. No matter what, at this point, you're stupid strong. Before you met with some encounter that you are unable to move, you're gonna have a lot of fun. And even those that you're not able to move, you can pin them down. Oh, yeah, you just become like that. Support Barbarian. You're not the one dealing the most damage. You can take an axe. Like when there's only 1 enemy to make your friend, You can pin him on the ground, and once he's pinned on the ground and you have grappler, you can just like keep on spamming your attack in its face, having advantage, triggering him disadvantage on everything basically that is combat related at that point. It is making you a machine of control. You can barbarian able to push 2 elephants basically. So at this point, you're already able to do that. I don't care what you do with the 10 more level that the 9 level that you still have. You could go more barbarian. If you go more barbarian, what I would recommend at level 8, 8 we said, would be to pick, yeah, let's go, to pick a grappler feat, because like you don't yet have it, and the grappler feat will have you some option around grabbing your enemy. Where's grappler? Did I already have grappler? Did I already pick grappler? Oh yeah, you don't even need to go there because we're taking 2 more level. Sorry, here, don't even need to go there because we're taking 2 more level of bards so that we get the next level, level 10, grappler as a feat here, which gives you advantage on attack rolls against creature that you are grappling. So they are at disadvantage, you are at advantage, and you just like spam your punch into their face. Or you take anything like a chair and you hit another enemy on the side and you take your bonus action to try to grapple them as well. And you can use your action at that point to pin a creature that you have grappled. If you do that and you succeed, they are both restrained. You and the creature are both restrained until the end of the battle. But if it's the only enemy remaining on the battlefield, it's done. You've won. As long as you keep your grapple on something, his movement speed is actively 0. So if you have 0 attack speed and you get into that prone state that we're forcing by making these athletic checks, you're also putting everything in the advantage of your team, and this guy will not be able to move. If he wants to attack you, it's at disadvantage. And now that basically means that we have advantage, which is an average of +3 in your bonuses. We have expertise. So at level, I think 4, we get to have +6, +3, plus cutting word, making us a total of +12. A ball rogue, by example, I think has like +7 in his athletic check. I may be wrong on that one, but that would mean that if you're trying to like grapple a CR 18 at level 6 monster, like a CR 18 monster at level 6, you would control him. You would have a very confused demon for about 1 round. And after that, you would probably be dead. But at the very least, your table would have a story to tell, you know? So basically, that's how I think we would build a wrestler if that was our objective. After that, for the other feat, everything that you want to go for, I would recommend probably pushing a little deeper into barbarian. Maybe dip a little into monk so that you can get things like flurry of blows, so that you can get some little extra movement speed that could stack over your barbarian. You would not be able to get like the wisdom as bonus armor. We did not focus on that in the ability. The ability tree would look like that. We would have 15 strength, totaling a full figure of 18 with the +2 that you get in strength for your race, and with the +1 that you get from a tavern brawler. Dexterity 12. We just take that for the AC, and because let's be honest, you're Hulk Hogan, you will not put point in intel or in wisdom. This is not your end goal. 15 in constitution, +1 because of the race, and charisma start and finish at 13, and that's pretty much it. You have yourself a build. You take entertainer to be able to take stealth. I don't know. Stealth and acrobatic. I didn't know what to pick at that point, so why not? And this guy's kit, because you know they love to show off and look good. That makes you a character that basically looks like this. And you have any wrestler from WrestleMania, from WWE, for whatever you think that you were needing a wrestler in your games. And no need for an ox if barbarian is able to pull the character. Exactly. pulling the carriage and all your friend in them. Also, your movement speed is faster than most people, so your group goes faster from point A to point B than most other group that would walk. That's absolutely wonderful. And on that was the build for Hulk Hogan. I do hope you liked it. If you're on YouTube catching the VODs of this thing, feel free to drop a like or a sub if you're still here. That's pretty much it. Sorry for every part that would not have been like on point for the numbers, but I think you get the gist of where we're going with that, and all your spells of Bard can be totally accessible at that point. Oh, thanks guys. Hey, bring me that trim. Holding her for how long for you? Okay. Here's my shrimp. To hold on to her. Okay, because like at the moment with the second baby, mom needs to bring the second baby on the second floor so that we would be able to still like function to some point. Hey, that strength of +8 for save is absurdly fun. I love to watch this. So you have strength and con. Con is probably the one that's going to be the most useful. Wisdom, you're going to be dumb as a freaking like pan, and you're going to still put yourself in danger because you are Titan Luthor. What are you expecting? What's up, Mentis? We built Hulk Hogan, or really any other WWE wrestler. Like it was a quick build of 11 level in Barbarian and Bard, and this little mess is probably the only way I found that was making sense to try to build a Barbarian that would not it would not be as effective as just making it simply one or the other class, but that was pretty much the only option we had. I'm bringing you back to mom.
We are receiving help from the dead.
Kevin!
Raiden, shout him out before I give him your place.
Mr. Shrimp. How's it going, Mendes? How's it going, Kevin? If you don't know Kevin and you love DnD, I strongly recommend you go and drop some love on the side of Kevin. Kevin is running a Patreon, but out of its Patreon, he also offers a lot of, I don't remember how to say that. Like, I want to say pug, but like, as in fudge. Please tell me the name of the thing, okay? I don't remember. Some pug. For your virtual games. Internet knows what your voice sound like. Ooh, I don't even know that. DnD tokens. Yes, thank you guys. I don't even know what Mentis' voice sounds like. He never let me heard it. I've seen Mentis on call, but he always was mute. Always. D&D tokens that he makes by himself. He do and redo the drawing a lot onto his stream as well. And I know he loves horror games and community game as well. No, it's a nice one. Oh, neat. Mentis dog for the first time on live stream. Nice, Kevin. So, Kevin, you missed the D&D part. I know. I'm sorry. Start with the build because, like, I wanna. How can I say this? I want to do this. Can it as like we're gonna send it on YouTube, and then I go and we play video games. This is my just chatting moment. Or I'm just chatting by myself for a little while. But long story short, we made a WWE character from Barbarian and Bard, and you can do whatever you want with the spells. Honestly, I'm kind of down to check what we could do with the spells, but I know it's very limited. We cannot take anything that comes with concentration. Light would be good to shine a little more. Do we have prestidigitation? Okay. I'm just taking stuff for the show. We're not taking stuff for healing. This is not what WWE character. Wait, no. No. They need healing word. They need to be able to be like on the side of the stage and tell to their friend, it's too soon to give up, you wimp. Like, just to heal them from a certain distance. Just put on a show. Dancing Light. Where's Dancing Light? Oh, yeah. No, but it's concentration. Concentration. We cannot take Dancing Light. The moment you rage, it's done. Like, finished. It's... Yeah. It would not fit that much. Charm? No. I'll take Healing Word. Where's Healing Word? I was sure I would not pick something to heal on that, but now that I think of it, like, Healing Word makes sense. He's just screaming insult to its friend so that the friend feels better. Vicious Mockery. Who the fudge would build that kind of thing without Vicious Mockery? They are always mostly trash talking each other, and then it's done. Like, that's most of the show that you get when you're going to see a WWE thing. You have a friend who made Wrestler before. Good time, all about the show. Yes, but like, technically, I mean, number-wise, this character would still make sense. He would just not be that great against casters until he have a hold on them. The moment he holds on them, like, it's going pretty fine. Guys, self, why not? If you want to look like something else, like when they go with their big hoodies. We cannot take sleep. Sleep is OP, okay? Sleep is a very strong spell in early level. Cannot take sleep. It is not worth it. Fear would make sense. You trash talk loud enough that most people around you like run away, and those that do not run, you start locking them on the floor. It's concentration, isn't it? Is it yeah, it is. Fudge this. Listening to two Swedish dudes struggle with computer stuff right now. What? I have a friend. What else do I want? I want... What's major image? Speaking, ascending to be able to scream at someone from a very long distance. I don't want things that are strong. I want things that are pyrotechnics. I want things that would fit with the taste of that thing. Long Strider kind of makes sense. You become the ox. You need anyone to carry your group. You're carrying your group. You have a 1,000 pounds carrying capacity. Let's make it useful. No, okay, nah. It's not concentration. This thing is not concentration. This makes sense. Just to make you run faster. Faster and to push your enemy like further. This is honestly a great pick here. Heroism, there's no fudge, it's concentration. I want the thing that are not concentration based and that do not trigger a resistance. Like, pyrotechnics was not a good pick, but it fits. I don't see anything else that fits. Tiny hut, like they could have a minivan when they do sleep. Makes sense, I guess. Tiny huts. And what else? How many spells do we still have? 2. Little, by the way, it's coming soon, Faraz. Let me remember. I was planning to do another anti-MLM video this week. I have material to be able to talk about this for like 2 just chatting sections. Oh, it's coming up. I have stuff on TikTok and I have stuff on my Discord that I kept there. Sorry, Reddit mostly. Yeah. We're gonna trash talk a little bit more about that soon. Enthrall could make sense. And what's catnap? What's catnap? They sleep? Is that just a better sleep? Oh yeah. Yeah. This is just 3 willing creature. That's not bad. This is just weird. What's non-detection? You had a target that you touched from divination magic. At this point, I guess you could bless someone. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, they are traveling a lot. They know tongues. Are able to talk with a lot of people with the language of muscle. So that's her. We got a full build. That is not concentration. That's perfect. We needed tongue. We needed tongue. You can talk with muscles. Yeah, basically, guys, this is a build that will let you carry 2 polar bear on the side of a cliff and force them to kiss before they drop. This is very nice.